Off we go from Denver. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
But when you go on the road, you're hoping to make plays that will take the crowd out of the game. I think it's a pretty good example right there.
Yeah, a break like that never hurts, especially in the first quarter. Maybe help to set the tone a little bit.
Could settle him down, get him into the game a little bit easier without that crowd really being against him.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Well, these two teams, they met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 93. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. They find some open field here. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Broncos at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They go play action with Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 2nd and 11 now, Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up the 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, That's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw his Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Carr, and that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yardage on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
On 2nd down, Williams. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 34 yards there and a 1st down. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that is no good. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. I'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be taken at the 13. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. McManus's point after is good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 8. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Hunter Renfrow to return it from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Jonathan Abram picks it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to them,
touchdown Raiders! Josh Jacobs from 6 yards away. And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
19.
There's Wilson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
On third down, Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Renfro to return. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On second down, Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn.
There he goes, right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys have now moved out in front. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a play fake. Carr gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Anthony Averett picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And some space here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's got it to about the 40. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Wilson. Completes the pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Gotta go, hit it up, let's go.
I think this is a free play for Wilson. And that was knocked down, but I don't think it's going to matter. The defense looked like they jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Gordon will score. Touchdown, Broncos. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to them.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's Carr to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 14-yard line. Now Wilson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Here's Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. A good pickup there at 22.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by McManus is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It was Clelin Ferrell who was able to rush in and make that tackle.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Carr. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Josey Jewell. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. McManus now for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, they'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. To throw. Gets this to Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defense